It only
Fair.
took an entire season for us to get it, but let's start. And that is the little jingle that Julie made for us. Woo!
I produced.
We're producers, editors, podcasters, all of the above. No, I was looking back at episodes and like episode 1, I'm like, and we're gonna have music, and like every single episode, I'm like, and we're gonna have music, and it never happened, but now we finally do. And she made that for our intro on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch us, because right now we're doing this virtually. Why, Julie?
Oh, good question. If you're watching us on the YouTube and you take a look right here, I'm in Australia right now. There, I said it. What day is it for you, Maria?
It is currently June 18th. It's a Tuesday. What day is it for you, Julie?
Hey, girl, I'm over here Wednesday, June 19th.
Like midday, right? Or in the morning? What is time?
It's in the morning time. Yeah, it's almost 10 a.m. for me. And while you guys are sitting over there getting warmer weather and everything, it is chilly over here. So I got my little puffer vest on, trying to stay warm. It must be
weird for it to get cold, but like no Santa.
Yes. And
you know
again,
what I mean?
It's like
Santa's the one thing we get.
So me and one of my friends were actually like, if you think about our holidays in the States, Halloween is a spring holiday for them.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't that terrible? And then, yeah, again, I'm fine with like fall. I'm fine with cold and stuff, as long as there's like the promise of Christmas time, of snow, of something fun and festive. But there's none of that right now. So can't wait to scurry on back to the States.
Yeah, because when are you coming back soon?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you're coming back soon, so I didn't know what you wanted to tell the audience.
To the listeners, yes, I will be back in a few short weeks, perfectly in time to start watching season 3.
Yes, because we are notoriously a season behind. And my first note of the episode is this is the season that made us want to do this podcast. Yeah. Like, this season is so good. That's why I was like, as a society, we need to talk about this show more. Mm-hmm. And so that's what kind of created the birth of this entire podcast is season 2, because it is so good. So if you are rewatching The Bear right now, if you're like, oh, it comes out next week, I need to rewatch season 2, and you want some fun pals to also talk your ear off after every episode, you come to the right place. Join us. Yes. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Season 1 I was just thinking like felt so rugged and like rough, and like season 2 you start to like shape it a little bit more. Like you see it coming together, and you just like, I literally cannot wait to see what season 3 shapes up to be.
Oh, it's crazy. Especially because like all the commercials right now are like, if you want a star, then this is how we're going to get a star. I'm like, he's about to chew those people alive.
Yep.
Chew them and spit them out.
He's about to go crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before we get into the episode, the only other thing I wanted to bring up is, I probably should bring up like the exact like title, but our podcast was featured on like a top 25 podcast list about Chicago food. How fun.
Oh my God.
Like number 10. Like we beat a lot of people. I don't know if it was like a ranking like that, but I take it like that. I was like, wow, we were like number 10. So thanks for all of our listeners and people listening to us. That was very fun. I put it on my resume, of course.
Love to see it.
Top 10 podcast. Yeah. So thank you to everyone for listening, but do you want to get into it?
I think we should get into it.
Let's get into it, Julie. All right. Season 2, episode 1, beef.
We start off by seeing a little bit more of a vulnerable side on Marcus. We get to see that his mom is in the hospital.
Crazy way to start off the season. Such an intense scene for
Yeah, it is.
like the opening, like the season 1 was like, you started off, it was like the messy restaurant and like high chaos. This one was like dark, like there was barely any light in any of the shots. It was just very dark and dreary and sad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Marcus, this is how
I
we're
know,
starting
what a way to
off.
start the season off, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Come outside, on brand for me being out in the cold, but he's scraping the ice off the car.
I also wrote an exact thing about that because for some reason my dad hated very specific things, and like scraping ice off of the windshield is, quote, one of the reasons why he moved to Florida. Like he was like, I don't like that. I'm moving. I'm like, okay. And so I moved to Florida when I was going into first grade.
Yeah, and fair enough. I am just blessed to have a car that has remote start, so I eat that up every
You would look out our
time.
window, start it.
Yep. I just start that up, let it heat, let the ice just melt, because I've seen all the hacks and stuff online, but like I couldn't be bothered to do any of that.
Yeah, no, but yeah, this the scraping of the ice. Oh, a horrible feeling.
And then it just slowly segues into, once again, the iconic shots of Chicago. Love to see it every time.
There's something, so I don't know if anyone knows this, Julie. I don't even know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure the first season and the second season have different directors, and you can so tell.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
The first season is like shot, fast pace. This one's like, we're gonna do slow scenes, but have the most immaculate music. The music in this season is way better than season 1. It's so good.
Oh my, and like, guys, I can't even explain enough. Like, obviously we will get to it all in due time, but there is a playlist specifically catered to one of the episodes in the future, and I listen to it on the daily. Like, that is my listening, like reading music. I'm just like on the commute into the city. Like, I just want some nice main character music. It's just
very main character so music.
Good. Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing I wrote note of on these shots are all like the pictures that are up in the shop. And there was a picture of Anthony Bourdain. I was like, rip. They like gave a shout out to him by like including a picture of that. But that's true. All those like beef shops, and like they were just covered in pictures.
Yeah.
Like, all different types of just very cool pictures.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, my next thing. Why don't chefs write on normal paper?
Girl, literally. Because tell me why they write finding
anything, but that's like not uncommon, I feel like.
No, not at all. I mean, when I was working at Tizzy's, it was like, all right, so when we had to have like our kind of like little list of things to do for the day, she'd like take one of the boxes, the cereal boxes, and just like write our little list on it, throw that up there. That was our list. And then it's like, I literally remember in classes and stuff like that, we get a piece of parchment, write on the parchment.
Yes, that's what we did at Redacted. Yeah, we always wrote our recipes on, because it would be like one recipe book that you would like go and hand write the recipe and like take it to your station. Hold on a second. And so yeah, I have like a bunch of, I actually have them only because it's very convenient and in reach. Oh, if I can get it open. Oh, do I? Yeah. Here are my little parchment paper recipes from Redacted. I would go in and like write different things. But yeah, I'm like, I wonder if I could recreate this at home. First ingredient, 25 pounds of this.
You have to use that kitchen math.
6 gallons of whole milk. I said, yeah, I think this is made for big batches, but anything but paper. The box, the cardboard box. And then when Sugar's like, you guys need a project manager, I was like, yes we do, desperately. Please, I'm actually begging.
It's like, actually, I love rewatching it because then you just get to like relive some of my favorite moments and everything. But one of the things that is recurring throughout this entire episode is just Sydney going, Sugar, do you work here? Like, do you work here? And it just the whole time she's like, not yet. I don't know yet. Like, and she does. She fully does.
Yeah.
She's doing the work. She's putting the hours in.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
yeah,
good.
no,
And then,
what I wrote down, we need the manager bad. That was the exact quote.
yup.
Yeah.
Oh, and then like running through all the numbers and stuff like that, like roughly and everything. It just,
Why
yeah,
are restaurants so expensive?
literally, that's, yeah.
What for why? And it's like that's a
And it
beef,
just,
like what they're upgrading to is not like crazy. Well, they did kind of upgrade crazy, but
yeah, from a beef to like what they're trying to create is like a very nice like sit down restaurant experience and stuff for people. And it kind of, for those of you that don't know, because we know this, and anybody that has either tried to be in the industry, has gone to culinary school, any experience with food industry and stuff like that, people tell you off the jump, if you're trying to start a restaurant, cafe, food business of any sort, they will give you like 3 years basically, because a lot of them fail like within or after 3 years. Like that's just like, or no, within 3 years, I think, like that. And they say like a huge, like, I don't know, 80% of them or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but like it's really hard and it's really expensive, and it sucks because I think the whole thing is you start up here where it's like you need to buy all of the equipment, you need to like make sure to renovate the space and stuff like that, and then your costs from there on out kind of like level because it's just food and then like repairs and stuff as time goes on. But it costs so much to start it, and you need to have like kind of a following, or you need to have people that are coming in to like level you out right here, otherwise you dip under, and that's just sadly the common reality with food businesses.
how much also like they're very upfront about that in culinary school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to have a restaurant and like you'll probably fail. Like
it's such a bummer. I don't know if you got this experience, but it's like I literally remember in my menu costing class at the very beginning, like one of the first days.
That class like, that makes you go, oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, raise your hand if you want to open a restaurant or something like that. And like literally the entire class like will raise their hand, and it's just like, okay, let's say it's one of those moments where I think it's like in law school or something, and they're like, look to your left and look to your right. Not everyone's gonna make it, like that kind of an experience where everyone's
but it's very
I want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, they're just so expensive to start up.
Yeah. God, and then cousin in the basement and like
original birth. Not the original birth. I said, oh, but I wrote, oh, Moopy Richie.
It just was the most guy exchange between them where he's like, you ever think about purpose?
No, literally.
And literally. Going like, I don't have time for this. Can we?
And he's like, but what if you just drop this ass? Richie, I'm not going to drop his ass. Like, we need to move on. But also it makes the ending of this season so much more satisfying.
It does. This is, again, like planting the seeds and everything. So we love to see it.
Yeah.
God. What else?
Every time Sydney goes on a nerd culinary rant, I feel so seen.
Yeah.
When she's talking to Tina and she's like, she just I don't know, she just always nerds out and like keeps talking and like explaining things. Like that's how I feel all the time talking to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love nerding out on culinary, obviously. Have a whole podcast about it.
Right. And yes. I think that I think I probably write this note for every episode. I love Fac. He's so me. Like he's so funny.
He is hysterical. He is absolutely hysterical.
Oh, I don't even like remember what that was in reference to. I know it was like them all just in the front of the restaurant still talking about stuff and everything, but it's just, oh, I think it was like they were talking about the fire suppression system or something like that, and they were like, is this a Fac? And he was like, is it? And they were like, no, we need a professional. And he's just like
Fine.
Whatever.
When he's rolling out the video games at the beginning of the episode, he's like, "You're coming home with me," or something like that.
Yes, it was. No, I think it was that.
Yeah, it was just very funny.
Oh gosh.
This is a little later on, but Richie's saying, "I haven't said G or R in over a week."
That was literally my next note. That was.
I haven't said
That's
G
so
or R in
real.
over a week. And like, yeah, no, because that's just how they talk. Like, I don't know, it's just how they talk.
Yeah, and it just genuinely, if you like, again, any like older white male in the surrounding area
Especially
of Chicago,
on the south side.
yeah, on brand. Oh my gosh,
very on brand.
Also, I noted that there is a little bit of an Easter egg. So it's kind of one of those things where you need to be paying attention. If you don't, you miss it. Because I think I probably missed it the first time around. But when they're in the office and they're talking about Mikey saying in the first place, if the place ever burned down, that they could get some insurance money. It's just like, I want to point that out to maybe people that are watching this for the first time. Just remember that for the future. Because the fire suppression test is something that's big, that's going on over a few episodes. I feel like it's first brought up in this one, and they're talking about it, obviously, in the roots part of trying to get the place up and running and stuff. But note that, like, that's Mikey said it in the first place. Like, they could possibly get insurance money if the place ever burned down. So
yeah. And what do they call it? We're not going to say it. But the fact that Sydney's like, what is that? And then they're like, yeah, no, we found out what it is. We don't think we should be saying it still. How they call it, Jewish lightning.
And
Sydney's like, Sydney's
like, wait, what did they say? Yep.
And she's like, and I think she goes, I still don't think we should be saying that. Like,
right. And it's
like, I still don't think that's a good thing to say.
No, definitely not. Oh, man.
All of the alarms going off during the monologues was hysterical.
Yes. And did you know they were wearing earplugs? Because I don't think I noticed that first time around either.
No.
They're all sitting there and I was like, what is that? They have the little orange earplugs, like the three of them, as they're talking to their uncle. And like, yeah. Just fucking funny.
Yeah. And again, so much money.
Yeah.
So much money.
Oh, so much money. Jesus. But yeah, like literally trying to bring him in for funds and stuff. And it's just like, we're not going to pay you back. Also, like, I think I wrote this down too, like the dates that they were giving and everything. For an 18-month turnaround to like get his money back, to pay back the loan for all of that, is just crazy all in of itself. Hey. Yeah, because what was it? 18-month turnaround to have all the money back. And then they're trying to do 6 months to open, 8 months, projected out for profits and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And again, we're talking restaurants, like,
yeah,
highly, highly unrealistic. I mean, we just said the whole like 3-year thing and everything. So it's like 18 months is a year and some.
Mm-hmm. That's insane. Yeah, no, it's just crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know what we'll see.
Yeah. The next thing I have is I don't know, it was Richie was doing something and he was like Kevin McAllister trapped me. That's the kid from Home Alone, which takes place in Chicago. So and like my brother was obsessed with Home Alone as a kid. Like I went to the house one day when it was snowing. It was magical. I just thought that was very funny.
I need to put that on my list for this year, because honestly, people that like know I'm from Chicago have brought that up many times, and they're like, "Have you been to the Home Alone? Have you been to the Home Alone house, the Shameless house, or the Chicago Firehouse?" And I haven't been to any of these. So,
big update to the podcast. I now watch Shameless, and so now when I watch the show, I'm like, oh, "It's Lip," but he's so old.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're on it now.
Yeah, me too. Hey, I knew people say it was a crazy show. That show's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. And again, like also coming from someone that's like, I'm very vocal about this. I'll say I'm from Chicago any day, but like I know I'm from the suburbs, so all their experiences on Shameless, couldn't vouch. I don't know if that's true or not.
Even just like the side, like Sheila is just like a crazy character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're
All
all
of it.
just very crazy.
How far in are you?
Almost on season 5.
Oh okay, so you've got a good chunk in.
I know. Oh, I've got a good chunk in, and I know I still have a good chunk more.
All right.
Yeah.
Love that.
But anyway, so yeah, I watch Shameless now, and it's crazy to see him.
Little lip. But can you see, like, even in Shameless, like he's one of those people that I feel like you get these parts that are just a little bit similar attitude, like because the way that Lip acts sometimes, the way that Carmi is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, he's like Jimmy Allen Whitewood. I'm gonna play a white boy from the south side of Chicago, and that is gonna be my thing. I'm like, you're not even from here.
No, but he does it so well.
He does it so well. Where I'm like, shit. All right, you could take all. I guess you could take all the roles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you seen the clips on TikTok of people just seeing the cast on the streets in the city?
Oh, I wish.
I'm like,
they filmed 3 and 4 back to back.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. They already
Maybe
got
they'll still be there
4.
when I come back. I'm just gonna, guys, catch me around the city of Chicago, just looking for them.
I know, just like where are my guys? Also, I wanted to talk about this at the beginning of the episode. We can talk about it here. Shout out to all when they started winning all of the awards for all of the award shows. I've never been more sure of a podcast in my life. I go, well, at least I'm making a podcast about a very popular TV show right now. They swept at. Also, it doesn't make sense that they swept in the comedy category, but I digress. But they swept my girl Ayo. Obsessed. She won so many things. So big shout out.
They're all so talented.
They really are.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What else do we have? Tina and Sydney. I mean, we've talked about this all of season 1, but it's just like the progression of their little like relationship that they have, I love it. I just love it. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I need Sydney to stand on her feet a little bit stronger, because her like going back on it when she was like talking to Tina and just like, you can say no if you want to, like don't feel pressure or anything. Like, girl, stand on business. Ask Tina. Ask her for real.
Yeah.
If she will be
I mean, she's going to have to do that soon or else she's going to get ripped alive.
Yeah, but it's still showing that little, she's like wavering a little bit and everything, but.
Be my Jeff or whatever. Oh. Yeah. That's so cute.
So cute. Man.
Oh, and then I have one last note, unless you have any more.
I have one last note as well, so hit me with it.
The song is back, baby. The yes, it comes at the end. I'm like, yes, we are so back.
We are so back. Because it's like, you guys have seen it, I'm going to assume. But it's like, they're like, okay, cool, see you for the day. They go away and everything. And then collectively, all of them are on the same page and they're back. And they're don't back. Even like look around for anyone. It's just like, you're also here and you're also here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was season 2, episode 1.
Guys, we are so back. We are so back.
We are so back, baby. And we'll do some of these virtual, but then like also in July, we might try to do like 1 or 2 episodes together, because we'll be together and then we'll be separate again. But it seems like this little podcasting streaming thing that's going seems well. And we're continuing it. Most podcasts don't last past 3 episodes. We're on episode 9. Look at us go.
Yeah. We're on it. We have a theme song. We have a YouTube setup. We've got social set. Like, I feel like we're good. We are good.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have my the reason why it looked like this is I have my iPad off to the screen and my mouse went over to my iPad. That was crazy.
Bring it back.
All right.
And yet
Anyways,
the sun is coming up, so like anytime I'm hey.
Yeah, well, I will end my day since it's 8 p.m. here, and I hope you have a nice beginning of your Wednesday, Julie.
Thank you very much. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
All right. Bye, guys.